Great question. There's a huge growth in the market now, and you will have seen that through the digital wallets. Looking at that, probably started off with PayPal 20 years ago, all the way up now to Apple and Google Pay. And I think there's an evolution now where commerce is going massively online. And the mobile device and the iPhone and the Android devices is hugely driving that. And I was looking at some stats earlier. I think 45% of all e-com transactions will be done on a mobile device this year, which is a phenomenal sort of growth vertical. If you look at things like Apple Pay, it's estimated in 2022 over $6 trillion of card was processed by Apple Pay, which when you look at the wider stats, that's nearly as big as MasterCard alone. So there's a huge drive of new methods and engagement methods and conversion that's helping people purchase online, which is supplementing that DCB thing. So there's certain markets still where DCB is going to remain very, very strong, and that's going to be consistent. There's a lot of the unbanked markets, places where card penetration is relatively low, but we're seeing a massive drive for that, as well as other alternative payment methods in specific regions. Ideal in the Netherlands, for example, and some of the other specific wallets across the globe. So subscription has become a massive part of the world now, and you go back 15 years ago and you ask the question, I don't subscribe to anything, and I definitely don't do a reoccurring card subscription. But actually, if you look at it now, you go down your bank statement, you'll have your Netflix, your Spotify, your Amazons, Microsoft, Google. It's all that based, and I think the world has changed into that reoccurring subscription model. A little bit every month makes it easier than a big bit at the start of the month. And the world's changed into that. So I think there's subscriptions and that SaaS-based model, it's only going to get bigger and bigger. And we're seeing huge demand for that now. And part of the Cellaris proposition is managing that subscription process. So we have a very powerful engine that helps you configure, manage, and ensure that you collect all the subscription payments that you need, and you automate that with us. We then dynamically look at how we optimize the transaction, ensure we're getting you the best response or the money into your account as quickly as possible. And should there be failures, how do we then manage that to ensure that you optimize that, you rebuild that? Do you then do a lesser amount at a later time to ensure that you manage that collection, all the way through to having things like account updata, which allows you to ensure that you've got the latest card on file to ensure consistency of that billing, which is all important for merchants these days. We're not competing with Billion. We're seeing that the market's evolving and changing. We see us as a technology enabler, not it's got to be one or the other. So as I mentioned before, there's room in the world for both to exist, and there'll be certain markets where one's stronger than the other. So we work very closely with our customers and partners to try and simplify the complex. It can be quite scary, and can sometimes take a bit of time and effort to understand that. So we leverage our expertise and knowledge. I've been doing this for 20 years now, so I've seen the evolution of car payments and how to make that work, and the ways to do that, to ensure that our customers get the best, the smoothest route to acceptance and to start using it, but also then that continual support to optimize and ensure that it's they're getting the best output possible for the investment. No, definitely not. And I think both will coexist forever. There's definitely certain markets were there, but you do look at the demographics now. And I was read something earlier about Gen Z, and 75% of every Gen Z person has made a digital wallet purchase in the last week, which is huge. So we're looking at the world has changed. I definitely look at my kids and things. They only know digital. Whilst myself and you, we've come through that digital sort of evolution of how smartphones have come in. The new generation, they only know that. So I think there'll still be penetration of DCB in certain markets, maybe the more remote markets, but I think there's got to be a coexistence of both. And to be honest, it's all about providing the right consumer experience, the method that they want to pay at that time, and sometimes that's not available, so you've got to give them the right choice.